What's good? It's your man MARRETA with another episode of Muscle and Manhood. You know, we think that being nice, being agreeable, being perfect is what women want. I have a big secret for you. I'm going to get right to the point because I want this to be a short video. Women don't want you to be 100% agreeable. Okay? They don't want you to just be a yes man. They don't want you to be the white knight. They want you to be you. Even if they disagree with you. Even if they argue with you. They want you to stand your ground and be you. Because when you stand your ground, say exactly what you mean and mean exactly what you say, and don't just say yes dear to everything. And I don't mean that you can't be agreeable, okay? What I mean is just don't say yes to every damn thing because you want to get along. You're going to make her dislike you, because to a woman, that passivity is not leadership quality. Okay? It is not the quality of a strong leader to just be like, okay, whatever you want. It doesn't work that way. And women are looking to be led. Women want a man to lead them. They want you to answer questions. And here's the crazy thing. When you answer these questions honestly, they're going to try to override them a lot of the time. Now, I don't think that you should be argumentative and go back and forth, back and forth. At least that's not the way I get down. The way I do it is, I tell my woman, hey, this is what I think. This is what I want. Now, do what you want to do. And now, if she wants me to stay in her life, she's going to make the right choices, even if she doesn't agree with me all the time. In other words, if I want something that's not good for me, but she knows it's not good for me, and she does the right thing, she'll win my respect. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because see, sometimes we don't know what's best for us. This is true. Sometimes we don't know what's best for us. What we want is a woman who will look out for us and have our back. What she wants is a man who knows what he wants, even if what he wants is wrong from time to time. But she has to be willing to make the right choices, because as your helpmeet, I'm talking about for a long-term relationship, guys. If a woman is in your corner for a long-term relationship, she's functioning as your wife. That's why they call it common law marriage. Whenever you live with a woman for a certain period of time, she becomes legally your wife in a lot of states and districts. Whether you like it or not, you've basically adopted her as your wife once you've lived with her for a certain period of time. So if you don't want to be considered a wife, you better check and make sure what the laws are in your territory. A man needs a woman who got his back. One that's not going to bounce on him whenever he needs her the most. One who's going to give him good advice even whenever he's making suggestions to do the wrong thing. Now here's why. He still needs to make the choices. He still needs to lead. She needs a strong leader. But what he needs is a woman who's looking out for his back in such a way that she will cover the blind spots. Because we have them, man. We have blind spots. And we want to be able to come back later and say, baby, you were right. And then the relationship builds that way. It builds because you begin to respect her as a valuable resource. See, she sees you as a resource as well. But see, most guys don't look at their woman like, is she a resource to me? They're just looking for to get laid. If you're just trying to get laid, that's easy. You don't need a woman for that. You just need to be socially agreeable with the opposite sex, go and have a good time. But if you want a woman, to be in a long-term relationship with, you need to trust her that she will make the right types of choices in your absence and in those blind areas that you can't see. She needs to be the kind of woman that after you go into a meeting of some sort, you guys get in the car and you're driving away, and she says, did you happen to notice this or that? Did you happen to notice this? And she helps to raise your awareness. Otherwise, what do you need a woman for? Hire a fucking maid. Get a maid. Get a maid. You don't need a wife. You don't need a long-term relationship. Pay somebody to come clean up your crib. Go out and date. Have a good time. Do not hem yourself up in a relationship with a woman who doesn't serve your best interest. But you gotta lead. You have to be decisive. You have to know what you want. And you have to give her the freedom to willingly submit. Now, here's what I'm gonna add to that. A woman wants to be desired. She doesn't want to be respected. She wants to be desired. And I say, what do you mean she doesn't want to be respected? Of course she wants some respect. But over respect, she wants desire. Trust me on that. A woman can care less about being respected whenever she has the choice between being respected and desired. Because if she feels desired, she feels like an object of affection. And for a woman, that's very important. A woman finds a great deal of her identity in being a sex symbol, as it were. Because women are a symbol of fertility. And sex and bearing children, well, those two things go together. So even if women can't bear children anymore, and I'm talking to you guys who are a little older, if you stop flirting with your woman and treating her like she's a diamond and like a super sexy, object of desire, you'll lose her if you come at her with, baby, I respect you. Even if you're a Christian man who wants to do things quote unquote the right way, man, you will kill that relationship quick if you don't turn on the flames of desire in your woman. And the way you do that is by knowing what you believe, knowing what you want, and being clear at stating it. Please give it a try, guys. Just try it. Lead with decisiveness, not respect. Lead with desire and passion, and see what happens in your relationship. And with that, always, 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 be a man.